We move on. Several politicians and New York City Police Union leaders blame Mayor Bill de Blasio for the tragic slaying of these two officers. New York Congressman Charles Rangel condemned the finger pointing as counterproductive. He said the takeaway from the tragedy should be an increased push for gun control, specifically focused on preventing the mentally ill from accessing firearms. Meanwhile, Mayor de Blasio urged his critics and those protesting police violence to pause until after the funerals of the slain officers. We turn now to Corey Pegues. He is the retired New York City Police Department Deputy Inspector. He's been here with us before, and he's back again in our New York studios. Hello, how are you, Corey?
Hi.
It's good to see you. So hard to make sense of this on so many levels, but I want to start because you are recently retired, just in the last couple of years, from the NYPD. How does this affect the force when fellow members have been shot down literally in cold blood? What kind of effect does this have?
Well, it has a devastating effect. Not only two officers died, but this is such a rare occasion that it has only happened like 7 times in the history of New York City Police Department where 2 people were assassinated or murdered, 2 cops. And we know the dangers of the job when we sign up for it. But when reality hits, there's no funeral. The citizens know there's no funeral like a fireman or a cop's funeral. It really brings the city together. And this one here, this is a bad one.
Does this tend, Corey, to make other officers more cautious or perhaps maybe a little more aggressive?
Well, in my experience, one thing I know about the NYPD, cops are going to go out and do the job every single day with no more heightened awareness. Maybe now a little because of the stuff that's going on in the news, but it's not going to have cops be more brutal to the citizens. And that's why when you make irresponsible, inflammatory comments like we're at war, it does a disservice to the citizens and the cops. The cops are not going. We're not in Fallujah, Iraq. We're in New York City.
And you're responding to comments made by Pat Lynch, who is the president of the Patrolmen's Benevolence Association, who also said that there was blood on many people's hands starting at the steps of City Hall and the office of the mayor. I want to ask you about that, sort of the political rhetoric that's been flying back and forth even before these shootings. But when the mayor went to the hospital where these 2 officers were taken after they were shot, many of the police officers there turned their backs to him as he walked down the hall. What do you make of that? What do you think of that?
Well, it was orchestrated. You saw Pat Lynch in the video. So I was a cop, so I know what happened. He knew that the mayor was coming. He made an announcement. When the mayor comes, everybody turn their back. And this shows his leadership. And right now, the city is hurting. The Garner family is hurting. These officers' family is hurting. We need good leadership right now. We need the mayor to put all of this to the side and bring everyone together. But we need Pat Lynch to shut his mouth up, and let's honor these fallen heroes. These guys died in the line of duty. They were assassinated. The last one we had was January 1988 with Eddie Byrne, and we know what that did to the city of New York.
Does Pat Lynch's comments and these sentiments represent a majority at all of the rank and file of the NYPD?
Not at all. I have thousands of friends that's cops, and they're pretty pissed off at the rhetoric that he's saying. There's no chokehold when the whole world saw the video. If you could talk, you could breathe. It's very insensitive to the family, and now we're at war. Who are we at war with? It makes the cops' job a lot harder when you say things like this. But the city right now, I think everybody needs to take a step back and let's honor these fallen heroes and let's, rally around their families at this time.
That is most
City Police Department.
Yeah, this is such a tragic situation. We'll leave it right there for now. Corey Pegues, thank you so much. Good
Thanks
to see
for
you.
having me. Appreciate it.
And this is Arise America.